Hello, welcome to Snuggle Up. Today we are going to listen to the story, The Three Riddles. Just concentrate on your breath. Do not think about anything. Forget all your worries. Tomorrow definitely is going to be a good day. Now just relax and listen to the story. This is a very big story, so I'm gonna divide it into two halves. Today you'll listen to the first half, and tomorrow at the same time you will listen to the second half. Shall we begin now? The Three Riddles. Prince William grew up in a castle by the Caspian Sea, in a small kingdom. When he was a young man, his parents died. Not long after he assumed control of the land, the kingdom was attacked by a wicked sultan who ruled all the land from the Persian Gulf to India. The sultan's army was huge and brutal, and everyone in the kingdom, including the young prince, fled for their lives. The prince's only comfort in exile was his determination that someday he would return and reclaim his kingdom. In the meantime, young William decided to seek adventure in faraway lands. So he journeyed long until he arrived at China. He went straight away to its capital city called Peking in those days, and today is known as Beijing. As he approached the castle gates, a procession approached from the distance. Leading the procession was a man whose hands were bound in chains behind him, and whose head was bowed low. "What's going on?" whispered William to an old man beside him, as the procession passed to a slow marching drum beat. "Oh, to see this happen yet again!" wailed the man, dabbing his eyes with his handkerchief. "What do you mean?" said William as the procession passed. "You must be a stranger," said the old man, "or you would know. Here in this city we are fortunate to be ruled by a king of exalted dignity. His daughter is no doubt the most magnificent young woman of the land. Yet she has taken it upon herself never to marry, unless to someone who can answer three riddles that she poses to them. If the poor soul cannot answer her riddles correctly, he is put in chains and led to the place of execution. In this way, 99 men have been taken away, and the 99th just passed before us, all of them sons of kings and other noblemen. Such a waste of young life, and for what? Nothing, just for a lady." "Is she really as wonderful as all that?" asked Prince William with so much excitement. "See for yourself," said he, and he took from his pocket a small watercolor portrait of the princess. It was more than beauty. He couldn't imagine such a wonderful woman. William sensed in the eyes of the princess something deeper, something riveting. He was seized with a feeling of confidence that if 99 other suitors had failed before him, that he would be the one to succeed. "Oh no!" said the old man, snatching back the portrait. "Not you two! I should have known better than to show this to you. I beg you, do not dare to approach this princess, please." But Prince William was never more certain of anything. With fire in his heart, he strode to the castle door and knocked. A chamberlain wearing a golden helmet opened the door. Prince William announced that he could answer the prince's riddles. The chamberlain bid him to wait. After a while, the chamberlain returned and led the young prince through a wide hallway to a room where an old woman sat. "I am a maid servant of the Princess Huan," said the old woman with pride. "You must first answer two preliminary questions to see if you are worthy to appear in the royal throne room before the emperor and the princess and receive her three riddles. If you are not, you will be permitted to leave now, and no harm will come to you. Does this meet with your satisfaction?" "Yes," he replied. "Then let's begin. What may be the tree bearing a dozen branches, each branch covered with 30 leaves, and each leaf having two colors, one half white and other black?" Without waiting for a moment, he replied, "That tree is the year. Its 12 branches are the dozen months, while the 30 leaves upon each of these are 30 light days and 30 dark nights." She smiled and she said this second riddle. "Inform me of the two stationaries, the two movables, and the two conjoineds, and the twain which are eternal foes." This time also, without thinking, he answered again. "Those two stationaries are heaven and earth, and the two movables are the sun and the moon. The two conjoineds are night and day, and the twain which are eternal foes are life and death." "Very well," said the woman. At that moment the door opened, and two pages led Prince William down a wide corridor that ended at a golden double door. The door opened to a magnificent royal hall, draped on all sides with shimmering rich silks from floor to ceiling. At the far end of the room was a high throne made of pure silver in the shape of a dragon, and perched on a silken cushion was the emperor himself. "Can it be true?" sighed the emperor. "The dust has barely settled outside from the procession, and yet another suitor stands before me to seek the hand of my daughter." "Sir," said Prince William, "with all due respect, I believe I can win the hand of your daughter." "Son, you are clearly of noble, perhaps royal birth," said the emperor. "Are you fully aware that my daughter, for reasons that make sense to her alone, has stipulated any suitor must correctly answer 3 riddles of her posing before she will marry, and that any man who fails—" Here the emperor leaned forward and lowered his voice, "will be put in chains and delivered to the place of execution." "I know this," said William. "I am ready," he added. "Not so fast," said the emperor. "This is a serious step indeed, and you must have time to consider it. Whether you think you need that time or not, you will stay overnight as our guest. If you feel the same way when the sun rises tomorrow, then my daughter will post the 3 riddles to you in this throne room at noon before my mandarins and the whole court. If you change your mind, I can only applaud your good sense, and you will be free to go. Prince William was then led to a sumptuous guest room, where he was presented with a hearty meal and given silken pajamas in which to sleep. Yet sleep came fitfully, if at all a thought nagged at the corners of his mind. Was it right to risk everything for a princess he had never met? What about his people from Astrakhan, now scattered to parts unknown, and who counted on him to return some day and restore their homeland? By the daybreak, he had made a decision. Okay, friends, it's time up now. Tomorrow, the same time, let's learn what decision Prince William made and let's see if he agrees, then whether he answer all the three riddles or not. See you tomorrow. Good night. Sweet dreams.